beware of this video would be up to 25 minutes long for you guys to enjoy Ultra Yamoshi's chapter, the latest. Enjoy. We would now return from the Ultra Yamoshi series as we see now that our training is finally complete, as Yamoshi is in his base form while in the Omni King's palace or pyramid after their 100 years have passed. As Yamoshi would just say in excitement, "Finally! Our training is done! Yeah!" And with that, Yamoshi transforms in his highest power to show how his training has paid off from the last 100 years. As Yamoshi transforms into his newest complete Seraphim power with light aura around him. And then after that, we would see Yamoshi's hair grow a little bit from the past 100 years of training. And then a few seconds later, Vegito also transforms into his next power, and Yamoshi asks Vegito, "Are you ready, Vegito?" And they start charging up and fusing into each other. And with that, a new being is born, with this mysterious figure not showing his face. We would see Vegito's hairstyle a little different, but shorter. We would see for the very first time Yamoshi fused with Vegito, with Vegito's bangs and a little mixture of his hair too. Yamoshi would just say to himself, "It's finally time! Everyone, out of the pyramid now!" A scene would shift towards him leaving the pyramid, as Vegito's side kicks in through Yamoshi. We would see for the very first time in the next chapter of Ultra Yamoshi, we would see God appears in Ultra Yamoshi's palace. As God would just say to Ultra Yamoshi, "So, God Killer, you finally arrived to try and kill me." As Yamoshi would answer God's sayings, as he would just say in determination, "Yes, I want to kill you." As after Yamoshi has said that, he senses that something is wrong. He senses powerful beings stronger than Yamoshi. And with utterly cockiness, God would just say to Yamoshi, "Are you sure you really want to try and kill me?" C. F. Stand your ground. And with that, C makes his appearance right next to God, as he would be one of the guards of God to keep him safe from danger. With Yamoshi being kind of scared, he would start giving orders to Goku and Makoto, as Yamoshi would just say, "Goku, attack Z! Makoto, attacked F! God is mine!" You would see Ultra Yamoshi transforming into what would look like Vegito's newest transformation. But obviously it would be stronger due to the fusion between Vegito and Yamoshi.
Round 1. Fight!
And with that, Yamoshi throws in the first punch towards God himself. But unfortunately, a scene shifts to Goku as he starts to transform as well at the same exact time as Ultra Yamoshi. Goku, for the very first time, or not for the very first time, he taps into his Seraphim Ultra Instinct, Omen, with Cyan Seraphim eyes and Cyan Seraphim aura around him. With his hair still black. Yeah! What the? As we see for the very first time, one of God's guards, C, dodges Seraphim Ultra Instinct Goku's attacks, as C would transform to what it would look like his Ultra Instinct. But nobody knows what transformation one of God's guards has went into, since it just looks like plain Ultra Instinct. As after that, C would kick Goku in the air, putting him in his base form, and then he would punch Goku in the mouth, flying him back, and then he kicks him, flying him back even more. And with that, Goku transforms into what will look like his Super Saiyan version of his Seraphim Ultra Instinct, with Cyan aura around him. His aura would calm down a little bit, and he would start attacking the Angel, C. As Goku would try and punch C again, he would dodge it by jumping in the air, as an after image shadow would appear around Goku. Yeah! I hit him! And with C being in his next transformation, he would say, "You are an annoying mortal." And then for the very first time, C has transformed into his Seraphim transformation. But why would he transform into this weak transformation after all of Yamoshi's members and strongest has surpassed that. As C would also transform again into what it looks like 2 angel wings and a white halo around him to represent his race, an angel. A scene would shift back to Makoto as he would screech in pain. Gah! My head! With that, Goku notices that Makoto's emotions change from trying to win against F to screeching in pain because someone's trying to control him. Maybe Lucif. Makoto! What's happening? With Goku being distracted, trying to figure out why Makoto's acting so strange, C would use a cheap shot towards Goku, leaving him off guard and taking the blow from Seraphim C. As C would just say, "Keep your eyes on the ball!" Yeah! Gah! After that, Goku's aura starts increasing again furiously, since he has enough with C's attacks and cockiness towards Goku, as he would start transforming into this new transformation, Seraphim Ultra Instinct 2. With Cyan Electricity around him, he would still have the faded aura around him as well, as Goku would taunt C by saying, "Come at me with your full power." A scene would shift back to Makoto as he would be in his next transformation, and it would be similar to the last few chapters ago with Omniguard Goku's, as Lucif would take control of him, as he would do the same for Makoto. With one of his eyes being gray or a silver, it would see that Makoto, or aka Lucif, takes over Makoto and is in his his Super Saiyan Blue his Super Seraphim Blue evolution, God of Destruction Ultra Instinct power. With 2 demonic horns, his hair, instead of being his base form, it would be red. You will die! Oh no! With F finally making his appearance for the very first time in this chapter, he would freak out that Makoto or Lucif is coming after F, as he isn't prepared to transform. As he would just says, "Oh no!" He would immediately transform into the same exact transformation as C. When F has a little bit time to spare, he lets out a speech towards Makoto, as he would just say, "Mortal demon, have you realized the danger you brought the whole multiverse into?" Yeah! With little time to spare, F dodges Makoto's attacks slightly, but would get hit anyway. Yeah! With Makoto successfully hitting F, he wouldn't dodge it in time and gets a blow to his face. Yeah! F is having trouble dodging Makoto's attacks, as Makoto would just say, "I don't care. I'm here to stop you, sea, and God." Huh? Yeah! Yeah! With F launching back from Makoto's attacks, or Lucif's attacks. Yeah! With utterly cockiness, Makoto just laughs off that F is in pain due to Lucif's attacks. As F would just say, "You will regret punching me, Makoto." With F putting his hands together as a similar sign of blast, as Makoto would do the same exact thing, and they launch it towards each other, clashing beams. With no hesitation, Makoto, or Lucif, uses more of his power, blasting it towards F, with leaving no time to dodge out of the way since the blast was too big. "You dare try and kill me," as F would just say towards Makoto, or Lucif. He would be silent for a second, and then all of a sudden, we would see for the very first time, F finally transforms into this next transformation he has been hiding for quite some time. With, instead of blue cyan seraphim, it would be white seraphim. Supreme seraphim. As he would still be in his winged halo transformation, he would be so much powerfuler than Makoto. Or is he? As F would just say to Makoto, "I'm in my highest form, Makoto. This ends here." As Makoto would intervene, what F says to Makoto, "Not if I stop you." A scene would shift towards Yamoshi as he would start transforming into his next transformation after being beat up by God. We would see for the very first time his hair grows exponentially, almost touching the floor, with two demonic horns still appearing around Yamoshi's head, as God would be scared to Yamoshi's transformation, as he would just say, "No, no! I will not let this happen!" With God transforming into this first transformation. Yamoshi had to block his face through such force of winds blowing past Yamoshi, getting ready to blast him to smithereens. Gah! That's a lot of energy coming out of that God Angel. We would see a similar form to C. He would transform into his first staged Ultra Instinct, it would suppose. With God making his first punch towards Ultra Yamoshi, he would dodge it exponentially. Yeah! What? God would grab Ultra Yamoshi's legs and tossing him around like a rag doll and flings him back. He's fast! As Yamoshi would just say, "Alright, let's take it up here," as he would just start flying up in the air at such rapid speed. God would be confused and follows Yamoshi into the air to where his direction's at right now. As he would look up towards Yamoshi, he would both God and Ultra Yamoshi would stop mid-air, getting ready to fight towards each other. As Yamoshi would just say to God, "Alright, let's do this." They both would teleport back to the ground, fluking his airborne attacks. With such anger, God would be mad that he used a portion of his energy just for nothing. As God would just say, "Huh? Holy absolute!" A big ball of cyan would appear at God's hands as he aims it towards Ultra Yamoshi. What? Smite! And with the key term smite, he blasted towards Yamoshi. With a pulse blasting towards Ultra Yamoshi, he would scream out in pain from his attacks. Yeah! Now Scott could see that it doesn't phase Ultra Yamoshi, even though Ultra Yamoshi was faking it too. God would just say to himself, "I guess I have to go beyond." He would start transforming with the cyan form, similar to Goku's Seraphim Ultra Instinct, although his hair would be more silver than gray. As God would just say to Ultra Yamoshi, "If Lucif is controlling you, God Killer, I will not tolerate your existence. Back down to the demon realm you go. Yamoshi, your reign ends here." We would end off with the chapter for today. If you do enjoy and want to see any unreleased episodes, which will be on Patreon, go down to the link in the description or in the comments. Enjoy.